Uh, well, I think it's because well, I know for sure Dewey came in and left. Sal is I don't know. I think everybody was saying you was a cheese. I have no clue. I honestly, but I think it dealt with Madden 19. I think it was something from Madden 19. Did you come in one of the leagues in Madden 19? The league? Oh, you was in the other one with them. Uh, the PML. Right. Um, uh,
Are you watching the real game and playing Fortnite?
mhm. Yeah, yeah.
Coach, they love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what
Yeah,
Maryland
I don't know
does.
why
And
they
we are at
fell.
M&T Bank
Honestly, I have
Stadium
no
down
clue
near
why
the
they not
inner
letting them
harbor
win. I
of
really don't.
Baltimore. Nothing like the
Yeah.
fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Baltimore Ravens. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Did you broadcast, John? Okay. Uh, John, you this shit.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. And now here's a carry heading left. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
First carry now for the Memphis man, Darrell Henderson. A big play there for Indy. 49 yards on the ground. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Switch.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and he takes it in for a Colts score. Saquon Barkley, his 9th touchdown of the season, and they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team is going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week, we're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up a touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 34-yard line.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So 2nd catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
I was over here talking to myself.
From the 31, Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get, and then the players and the coaching staff.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
On third down, Brissett. And the pressure gets to him again. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Good morning.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Jackson, options out left. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Darius Leonard on the tackle. A gain of a yard.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. He's going to air one out. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball, a little dangerous, could have been picked. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they? When they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown. And this one, they help force another incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He gets it left side to Johnson. That one goes for 30 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson looking for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 14th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
I don't know what happened. He got into it with somebody. I can't remember again. He like no one did commission.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
I need these kids out this damn house.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. We have witnessed touchdowns on back-to-back drives. We'll see if the offense can continue this uptick here.
And I know you're looking at me funny. You're wondering when I'm going to get upset watching these guys go up and down field, aren't you?
I wasn't looking at you. I got something in my eye.
That's the excuse that you always use for something like that. Listen, I appreciate good offensive football as much as the next person. When it's played well and is skillful, I'm with it. And right now, this is exciting.
Oh, the defender likes it. Escaping the pressure right. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there, a 22.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley, and tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard, stop short of the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And a short gain down to about the 33. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Set from the gun on 3rd. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. He's got the lane, and there he goes. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
Here's Johnson, and he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
I know the scouting report on him said he didn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll run it with Johnson. Kerryon Johnson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
Here's foul back.
A 1-yard run on first down, another one on 2nd. It might not do much for the yards per carry average, but it gets them 6 points.
And at contract time,
89.
You want to show touchdowns scored way more than you want to show yards per carry.
Oh, he definitely moved because he elusive and he's agility good.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Yeah, and I'm hoping he gets this arm bar. Says the guys is out here spinning with
the offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start the next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Indianapolis.
I was supposed to start you from getting
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Come on, fellas.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. A first down carry for Barkley won't lead to much as he'll take this forward for maybe a yard. It's 2nd down. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle him up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to slip through.
On 2nd and 9, Brissett under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the second time.
Wow. Oh.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in the field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game. Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time. You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it. And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice, get rid of it, live to fight another down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Jackson now. Over the middle here to Brown. Now Brown, he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield. Brissett to throw on 1st. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Brissett. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell, and it's 3rd down. On the draw, this is Barkley. And an alley to run. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
first and 10. Brissett. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
It's second and 2.
Ain't not.
At the Ravens' 20-yard line.
They still need about the length of the
7
football here,
seconds
maybe
left.
a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Brissett. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. That time trying to find Gerald Everett. 3rd down here.
Nah.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, honors the field goal unit. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And Vinatieri's kick is good. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
We'll change forever.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan showing you.
They go to Johnson again. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 11 yards there, first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He finds his man Johnson. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Running from the gun, Johnson. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. To throw is Jackson on third down. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. Past the 20, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. As his guys are able to regain the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Who's that? You must ain't got a lot of people on your roster.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nelson Aguilar. 77 yards as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and that will tie us at 24. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the third quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. Michael Brockers in on the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one will go down as 33 yards on the third down conversion.
I gave him Mark Andrews.
The first down carry for Johnson. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards.
No, I wasn't trying to go to
no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 25-yard line.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Yeah.
On first down, Johnson. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Jamal Sheard on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
I forgot I put a new formation there.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
I'm here all day. 53, check 53. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Jackson, option right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Does Does the big boy have the juice? He's at the 40, the 30. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So the turnover forced and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that's one of those you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll go to Barkley again. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. From 17 yards out as they have taken the lead. He's got the hat trick now of rushing touchdowns. Also has his team the advantage.
And I'm looking at it 2 ways here. If I'm on defense, I don't care what they do now. I commit as many people as it takes to slowing him down running the football. Even if they want to hit me over the top on play action, I just don't let him beat me that way anymore. And if I'm him, I'm in the huddle calling the plays myself. I don't care what play call comes in. I tell my quarterback.
I don't know. About to see. I need to stop forcing this nigga to rock. He's close.
Guess what? You're handing it to me again.
And if I'm the quarterback, I'm saying, okay, that sounds good, right?
Smart
Why you
quarterback.
want to hurt my guy?
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. Well, they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Back to the air, Jackson following the pick 6. Flushed it, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Johnson on the counter. Still going. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
Ready, ready. Single, 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 single. There you go.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Got a man. It's Brown. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 45 yards.
First and 10 at the 24.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. The busy night continues for Johnson. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. On 2nd and 7, Jackson. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
All right, Greenwood.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Jackson operating from the gun. Buying time to his left. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. This will be caught inside the 10. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. To Johnson again. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there.
Ready. 18 Gator. We got it.
A first down throw for Brissett. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10.
40's Mike. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Mike 40. Mike 40.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A nice pickup of 23 on the third down conversion.
And the Colts first down.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. They run with Barkley on first down, and he gets about 5 out of it. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
At the 50-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, let's get this,
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. The Colts on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, John, congratulations, bro.
On third down, Barkley. Now Barkley stripped of the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Well, that's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble that when they get to the sidelines, I know you're mad, Coach, but look, we've still got this locked down. But that's not necessarily true, is it?
Well, their hopes are slim, but you just hate to give them any hope. You could have sealed it right there.
Yeah, could have finished them off and taken away all hope, as we like to say.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Let's get it. Ready.
Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And they'll get him down right around the 16. There to stop him was Darius Leonard. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Johnson with a burst, a first down or more. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
What? Hold up.
3rd and 10 wasn't going to be easy. Now after the holding penalty, they have to deal with a 3rd and 20. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They run. It's Johnson. And an alley to run. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And the Colts are going to recover the football. And that should be enough to get them home. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They'll run on 1st down. Henderson. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one.
I bet.
I was 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
I was texting my phone, niggas thinking right there, stop.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Indianapolis, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else than their sanity, as they move to 4-6. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broad.
I'm done chasing sex the rest of the year. Done chasing email.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing all black.